Well, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Now, what people don't realize, and actually I didn't realize until I ran into you, that there are some states that have someone like you on their payroll to help, like, local and city municipalities and nonprofit organizations get grants.
Right, there are a number of states. It's not a huge number, but I'd say 5 to 10 states have a person who the title may not be grants director. That's the director. Under Governor O'Malley, there is a governor's grants office, and the core part of my job is to make sure that state government is accessing all the federal funds that we should be. And in the typical state budget, about 25% of the dollars are federal dollars. In the case of Maryland, we get those $6.5 billion through about 475 different funding streams.
Most 475 different budget items from the federal government.
Right, ranging from Medicaid is our largest single grant, which is well over $3 billion, but then we get some small competitive grants. So we have a small office. It's just 3 of us, but we have a key contact in every state agency who's responsible for tracking federal funds and grants. And that's the core function of the office. But in the process of doing that, we do a lot of training with our the state folks on not just how to find grants, but how to manage them. And over the years, we've sort of expanded. So we really do help local governments, nonprofits, and even constituents. So we have, we're their state government. We're paid by them. So we help regardless of who's calling or who's being involved.
So you help, in addition to the state government offices, you're helping, you said, local, city, and state. So, I mean, if you live in a city of Maryland and you're trying to get something to change in your city, theoretically you go to your city government and ask them to call you to find out what kind of money maybe the city to put up a new playground or something like that in their city, or to improve their city.
Yeah, I mean, Maryland is fortunate in that we only have 23 counties and Baltimore City. So we have a smaller number of local governments than many states. So we have built up pretty good contacts in each of the local governments. We do have a lot of municipalities, but the counties tend to run most of the public programs in the state.
So even, you need a new fire truck at the fire station or something like that.
Well, and even that's interesting too, because they're volunteer firefighters, they're professional firefighters, they're Fire Act grants, which are small and competitive, but then emergency management money also flows through the counties. So if you're a fire department, there's a variety of different things you have to know to be good at doing your job, not just.
So I think the average person may not be aware of is that if you want to improve your community, and the community needs funds to do something, I mean, they could check their state government to see if there's someone like you to help their local community find federal funds to improve their community.
They could, but again, as you know, a lot of this it's just talking to people, just having the time and the inclination and the effort to start talking. So say, okay, who runs the park in my local city or county? That can get you to how they're funded, which could get you to the state, could get you to foundations. So it's just being willing and interested enough to
effort.
No, and that's a big part of it. A lot of it isn't money. So while
a lot of it
it's not money. It's we need a project. So a local getting a playground fixed, you could have volunteers do that too. So a lot of times people might say, well, I need X number of dollars for this project, but in fact you don't. The goal is what do you want to accomplish? There are a lot of different ways to do it. So while it's easy to measure dollars coming in, that's not the whole part of what I do.